Okay, let's dive right into it. We've got the USA Today news summary for May 31st, 2025. Our mission here really is to sort of cut through the daily noise, figure out what's actually significant in this snapshot, and maybe pull out some interesting nuggets buried in there.
Yeah, it's quite a stack. It really shows the sheer range a single day's summary can cover, doesn't it? I mean, we're looking at major international trade stuff, legal challenges for the government, and then right down to things like extreme weather incidents and, cultural highlights. It's a real mix.
It really is a microcosm.
Yeah.
So jumping into that high-level view,
Mhm.
the political and international developments seem, well, pretty striking. What's the first thing that jumps out on trade policy?
Well, the big headline is the plan, the announcement to double tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. That's up to 50%.
50%. Wow.
Yeah. And the summary explicitly says this move is linked to strengthening the domestic steel industry. It even mentions the context of that deal with Japan's Nippon Steel investing in U.S. steel.
Right. Okay. So a clear action linked to an economic goal and a specific corporate thing. And the summary also frames this tariff increase within the context of tensions with China.
It does. It states it follows accusations from President Trump that Beijing violated a bilateral trade agreement.
Okay. So the summary presents that as the direct cause, or at least the stated cause.
Exactly. That's the dynamic described in the source. Um, Meanwhile, back here domestically, there's legal news too. Some pushback.
Ah, you mean the U.S. Appeals Court, blocking the administration's plan for, was it mass layoffs of federal workers?
That's the one, and restructuring agencies. The summary notes the appeals court upheld the lower court's block.
So that action is on hold for now, based on this.
Seems so. It's a notable check on executive action detailed right here. And still on the topic of government scrutiny, it mentions continued close looks at international student visa applications.
Oh, yeah. Any specifics?
It specifically cites connections to institutions like Harvard University, just an interesting thread alongside the bigger policy shifts.
Hmm. Definitely a specific detail. Okay, let's maybe shift gears a bit. Public safety and, well, the power of nature. There's mention of a high-pressure ridge causing heat out west.
Yeah, record-breaking heat, actually, and the summary flags the obvious concerns, wildfire risks and public health impact.
Right, serious stuff. And tragically, there's also a very specific local disaster reported.
Yes, a tornado. It struck Washington County, Kentucky. The report mentions one fatality and several injuries. It's a stark reminder, isn't it?
It really is how quickly things can shift from these broad trends to specific devastating events on the ground.
It gives you that full spectrum.
Yeah.
Macro policy down to micro tragedy, all in one report.
Okay, let's try and wrap up with a couple of lighter items maybe from sports and culture that made the summary. There's a big sports win noted here.
This one's genuinely historic. Team USA's hockey team. They apparently ended a 92-year gold medal drought in international competition.
92 years. That's incredible. That is a long wait.
Right. Quite the moment.
And then for movie fans, Ryan Coogler has a new film out, Sinners.
Yeah, an R-rated horror film. It's available for streaming. And the summary notes critics are calling it his best work yet.
High praise indeed.
Definitely.
And finally, rounding it all out, the conclusion of the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Yes, the 97th one, Faizan Zaki was named the champion.
So look at that range again.
Yeah.
Tariffs impacting global trade, court decisions on the federal workforce, extreme heat, a tornado-specific impact, a nearly century-long sports drought ending.
A hit movie, a spelling check.
Exactly, all pulled directly from just this one daily news summary. It's quite something.
It really just highlights the sheer diversity of information that flows past us every single day, each piece telling a small part of the story.
It does. Makes you think about the connections, maybe unseen, between things. So reflecting only on what this summary has told us, the increased tariffs, the specific accusations about trade agreement violations, the tensions with China, what might be the most immediate next development you should probably be watching for in those areas, purely based on this source?
Good question. Based only on how this summary frames it, I'd say the most immediate thing to look for would likely be China's response, their reaction to both the tariff hike and that specific accusation of violating an agreement. That seems like the next logical step presented here.